YouTube? This is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and it is here. Week 1 is now upon us, and I am super excited. I'm sure all of you guys are just as excited as I am. We are now talking start and sits. Like, how crazy is that? We are now starting to talk about starts and sits. No more drafts. Well, maybe a few of you. We are really into this. Again, Thursday night game. Obviously, we have your Sunday games, Monday night games. There's a lot to go over. If you guys have watched my videos in the past, I do this a certain way. You have your obvious quarterbacks. You have your 3 starters that I believe are going to be great. 3 quarterbacks aren't going to be starting this week. And then, of course, a couple sleepers here or there just to kind of get you guys ready for this NFL season. Again, we are week 1. A lot of these stats are going to be based off of 6 touchdown passes. Some people do 4 points for touchdown passes, but we'll go right into this. So these are your obvious starts for the week 1. You could add some more if you guys really wanted to, and there obviously are some that, mentionable. Maybe a Dak if you believe that, maybe a Derek Carr, but these are guys that you obviously are going to start this week. You are not going to think about it. They're in your lineup. There's no questions. That's it. Okay. Now, as far as a quarterback that I believe is going to be a good start for you this week and probably on your bench or possibly for waivers is JAMEIS Winston. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there, drop a player, grab JAMEIS Winston for one possible week. But if you have him on your team, or if you are someone who streams quarterbacks weekly, maybe you do some daily fantasy sports, JAMEIS Winston, I believe, is going to be a great start this week. It's going against Atlanta. Atlanta gave up 20.1 points last year to the quarterback, which was ranked 31st in the league. JAMEIS Winston's obviously coming back from his torn ACL, which he did look pretty healthy in this preseason. You also have a healthy Michael Thomas. You've got Chris Olave to this offense. This offense is looking very, very good compared to last year. And even prior to that, Winston looked really good up to his injury. Last year, he had 14 touchdowns. He was averaging over 18 points in fantasy. He actually was QB6 going into that before, again, he got hurt. So I like JAMEIS Winston a lot. And again, Atlanta is not a team you're expecting to have really any type of form of competitiveness that's going to allow JAMEIS to not do well. So the next quarterback I have as a good start for you this week is going to be Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is going against the Detroit Lions. They allowed 18 points to the quarterback last year, which isn't horrible. They were around the 22nd range in that aspect, but Jalen Hurts finished QB6 last year due to rushing capability. He had 10 rushing touchdowns. He had 26 combined. He had over 750 rushing yards, which is obviously phenomenal. But then you add A.J. Brown to this mix. You have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who looks really good, still a Dallas Goedert. Then you got Miles Sanders, Gainwell. You've got a really good offensive scheme, and I do believe they're going to use every strength possible for Jalen Hurts to, again, be a really good quarterback. Not expecting him to be a Patrick Mahomes or an Aaron Rodgers, but he is going to be the number 1 quarterback for this. And if you're like me, I actually had Jalen Hurts as a really top 5 quarterback in fantasy this year. A lot of it has to do with his rushing upside, but I do like the A.J. Brown acquisition in the offseason. Last quarterback I think is going to be a great start for you guys. It's going to be Kirk Cousins. If you guys know me, you guys have followed me on my Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, I have Kirk Cousins as being a stud this season. He's going against Green Bay Packers. Obviously, Green Bay Packers are a pretty solid defense. They did give up 18.3 points last year to the quarterback, which is 24th in the league. They are going to get a healthy Jair Alexander, but the reason why I have Kirk Cousins as a good start, this offense is new head coach, geared towards the pass. You've got some healthy receivers, obviously Thielen, Jefferson. You also have this offense being predicated and built around Kirk Cousins' strengths. He's been able to actually input what he has been able to do and be successful in, and where he's had some weaknesses and to kind of improve. So I like Kirk Cousins a lot. I think it's going to be a really, really pressing season. I think it's going to be a season where he's going to be, again, absolutely going off top 5. Now, as far as quarterbacks, I'm going to sit this week. The first guy I have is going to be Jared Goff. I love the weapons that he has. Jameson Williams, obviously in draft. Amon-Ra Brown looks really good. You get Hockenson back. You get Swift back. So I love this offense. But the reason why I have him sitting is Philadelphia Eagles actually look really good this offseason. They did a lot to improve their defense. They only gave up, I think they were the 9th best against the quarterback last year. So again, another reason why I think they're going to be a team to really be competitive. And Jared Goff, we'll see how this offense goes. If I love the weapons. I think they're going to need to utilize Swift, but Jared Goff's not somebody I'm starting this week. Another quarterback I'm not starting this week is going to be Mac Jones. Mac Jones is going against the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins only allowed 16.5 points to the quarterback last year, which was 8th in the league. Also, Mac Jones looks like he's kind of regressing this offseason. Preseason, he didn't look great. They didn't really improve his weapons. Obviously, adding a Devontae Parker sounds great, but Devontae Parker really wasn't a stud receiver that you were hoping to add. You still got Jacoby Myers, you got Kendrick Bourne. But other than that, there's really no true weapons for him. I do like Myers as far as a fantasy standpoint, but there's not a lot for Mac Jones to really go off of. And you have a defensive coordinator who is calling the plays now for the offense. So this worries me a lot for him. Another quarterback I'm sitting this week is going to be Justin Fields, obviously going against San Francisco, which is probably the biggest reason I have him as a sit. And of course, they didn't add a lot of weapons like Mac Jones' situation. They didn't add weapons to help Justin Fields succeed. They still have Mooney, who I think is a great receiver. I do like Cole Kmet. Montgomery's pretty good. He's going to get you some points. But Justin Fields, unless he is running the ball, I don't see the value in him. Now, you may want to risk it if you're maybe super flex and you need to start him in that, but the 49ers only allowed 17 points last year to the quarterback, which was 20th in the NFL, but I think this defense is only in a better position. And again, Justin Fields just doesn't have the potential in this particular matchup. Now, as far as some sleepers go, I've got Trevor Lawrence as a good sleeper against Washington Commanders. Trevor Lawrence has a new head coach in Doug Peterson, who is a pass-heavy offensive coordinator style. He's going to give Lawrence a really good position to succeed. He's got new weapons in Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, obviously Etienne's back. So there's a lot of weapons, and this is why I believe Trevor Lawrence is probably going to be one of those sleepers that I think even for the season in general. Also, Washington gave up 22.8 points, which was the worst in the league last year. So obviously there's an improvement in that, but Washington is not a team I'm super concerned with. So I like Trevor Lawrence this week. The last guy I have as a good sleeper is going to be Baker Mayfield. It is the revenge game against Cleveland. Even if it's not a fantasy aspect, I'm probably watching this game the full length just because I want to see Baker Mayfield go off. Now, this may be where Browns actually do really well. They are 12th against the quarterback in as far as fantasy goes last year, and they do know his tendencies very well. So this could backfire in this situation. But the reason why I have Baker Mayfield as a sleeper, this is a revenge game. He has some great weapons in DJ Moore. The connection between him and Robbie Anderson in this preseason looked really good. Hopefully a healthy Christian McCaffrey. So this offense still is a really good offense, and I like Baker Mayfield's situation. I think he, again, like anything else, he knows the Browns defense pretty well. He's going to be in a position where he's absolutely going to want to shine. So I like Baker Mayfield as a good sleeper. So those are my starts, sits, and sleepers for the quarterback position in week 1. Again, I can't believe I get to say that. It is week 1, so I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully this stuff was informative and helping you out. If you guys do have questions of who you should start, again, make sure you check out our other videos for wide receivers, running backs, and tight end. And of course, always hit some of the comments down below, or you can follow us on our socials. We're on Twitter and Instagram there as well. Again, we're here for you all season to make sure you guys are in the right position to have a good season. All right, check out our other videos, and we'll check you guys out next time.